Alright, Lamb of God, riff from Torches, the last track off the new record, Lamb of God 7, Sturm und Drang. I'm not German, so my pronunciation was probably really terrible on that. The riff is actually pretty simple, but the real challenge is going to be playing it up to speed, which is pretty much a challenge with all Lamb of God riffs. If we look at what the picking hand is doing in this riff, essentially you're just doing straight 16th notes, alternate picking them. Some of the notes are going to be palm muted, especially the ones on the low D string, but all the notes that are not an open D will be unpalm muted. So essentially your right hand, all you're doing, straight 16th notes. You don't want to be fighting with your picking hand too much, especially like if you're playing at a tempo where you're cramping up, or you're speeding up, or you're slowing down, you're not being very accurate. What you want to do is set a metronome tempo that you can very easily just chug those palm muted 16th notes. And hopefully the longer you can do that, the better. The more you can do that uninterrupted, the easier time you're going to have with learning the riff. What really makes this riff challenging is the coordination between getting your hand to be super consistent and then getting all your left hand notes in the right place at the right time. The left hand is going to be playing pretty much around the 12th fret, 13th fret, and 17th fret of the 6th string. And that actually does require a bit of a stretch. You're mainly going to be using your first finger and your fourth finger, your pinky, for the 17th fret. So it's actually a good practice for getting a good wide stretch and getting your pinky kind of working up at the same level as your stronger fingers. We're going to pick the 13th fret of the 6th string 4 times. And then after that, you're going to do 2 hits on the open D string, but apply a palm mute. So that sounds like this. Pretty much going to be alternating 13 and the open string using groups of mostly 4, 2 in the case of that open D that we just played, and 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. One, two, three, four, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So now we get into this little pattern that you're going to be repeating, which requires that stretch. And that's going to be palm muted, open D, 12th fret with your first finger, 17th fret with your pinky, back to the 12, then open, then 13 with your first finger, 17 with your pinky, then back to 13. So together that sounds like this. So it's pretty symmetrical, it's pretty easy. Playing it at a slow speed. But the tricky part, obviously, is when it gets cranked to the actual tempo of the song. That's actually pretty quick and pretty difficult to pull off. So that's where the majority of your practice is probably going to lie, is getting it clean. First part. And then you're going to repeat the same picking pattern or note pattern as in the first part, except this time you're going to be on the 12th fret. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then after that, you'll repeat that part again. So together, slowly, the entire thing goes like this. Give that a try. It's again not that hard to learn. It's not a ton of notes that you have to learn. And challenge with this is going to be playing it up to speed, and it can be pretty tricky. So there you have it. This riff is one of my favorites to play. It's actually really, really a good time when you can play it up to the record. It just embodies a lot of what we've come to know as being like the great characteristics of an exciting Lamb of God riff. All open strings are palm muted, and all the notes that are not open D strings are not palm muted. For the most part, your picking hand is just going to be chugging along 16th notes. You're going to start with an eighth note, so slightly longer, 6th and 5th string, and then you're going to start chugging with lightly palm muted open D. So 1, 2. And then what you're going to do is hammer on from 10 to 12 on the 6th string, and then chug palm muted twice on the low D. So far we have. And then you're going to hammer on from 10 to 13 with your 1st and 4th finger. After that one, do 4. After that, you're going to hammer on 12 to 15. After that, 2 low chugs. So far we have. And then you're going to do this little sequence right here. So that is hammer on 13 to 15 with fingers 2 and 4. Then you're going to pick 13 again, and then pull off to 12. So hammer on, so pick, hammer, pick, pull. And then you're going to do some more chugs there. And then you're going to repeat it again. Chug. Cool. So the first half goes like this. Cool. So now you're going to shift down to use your 3rd finger to land on fret 5 of the 6th string. Then you're going to do this little alternate picking passage, which up at tempo can be pretty tricky. So you're going to do 5, 6, 5, 3, open, 3, open. Cool. So more closer up to speed, it sounds like this. And then you're going to add more chugs there. So tying this all together, and then the second time through, you're going to stop on that 3rd fret with your 1st finger, and then mute the strings. And then it goes back into it. Cool riff going on. That's it. Okay, so for Nightmare Seeker, what we want to do is start with an low open 6th string, pick the 12th fret with your first finger, then pick the 15th fret with your your fourth finger, your pinky. Then you're gonna go back to 12, and you're gonna give that a little shake, a little vibrato. Then you're gonna do the same thing, except you're gonna go open 12, then you're gonna reach up to 17 with your pinky, and then back to 12 and give it a shake. So far we have. And you're gonna do open 12, 15 again. So that will be. So far we have this. Now the next part is going to be open 12, 10 on the 5th string, back to 12 on the 6th string, 10 on the 6th string, and then up to 12 again. I like to use my first and third finger for that. So third on the 12, 1 on the 10th frets. And then you're going to shift down, and we'll be playing power chords on the 6th and 5th string. So what you want to do is with finger 1, you want to play bar over the 6th and 5th. So 3rd fret, 5th fret, 6th fret, 5th fret, 3rd fret, open, 3, open. And you don't have to palm mute that or anything, just kind of alternate pick it. So far we have this. We have the. Then you start it all over again, repeat it. And the last part, you're just going to do four strokes on the 6th fret and 4 on the 5th fret. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. So I'll play the entire thing slowly. There's some common themes that are going on with all of these riffs, and they're pretty common to a lot of Lamb of God riffs. And that is specifically moving horizontally along the neck instead of up and down strings. A lot of these riffs are played along more or less 1 or 2 strings instead of going across multiple strings, and this is because it helps with not only the tone. There's a slightly kind of darker, warmer tone when you play notes along the upper register of the 6th and 5th strings versus. I don't know if you hear the difference there. It's a little brighter, it's a little warmer. So that's some more of a sonic choice that a tonal choice that Lamb of God makes, and then also it definitely helps with the fluidity A lot of Lamb of God riffs, they sound very fluid because a lot of these riffs they're very fast and they're not interrupted with needing to like switch strings a lot because they usually take place along one or two strings. So even if metal isn't your favorite thing in the world, give these riffs a try. They will help hone in a lot of different techniques, alternate picking, hammer-ons and pull-offs, palm muting, and definitely some hand stretching. So there's definitely a lot of challenge that can come out of these riffs. But what I like about them is they're not impossible. You do not have to change time signatures every measure. You don't have to memorize a zillion notes that are crammed, together in these like odd, really difficult patterns. They're actually fairly simple in their core, but they're a very realistic challenge to work up to speed. So head to my website. If you put it in, I have some demonstrations with a click track. So there's a fast and slow, so you could take that and practice with it. And I also have some guitar profiles of these songs, so you can follow along with the tab and work up on the Speed Trainer feature of Guitar Pro 6. So anyway, enjoy. Hope you like these riffs, and go out and buy the new Lamb of God record because it is